Hello, welcome to Clark Technologies. So this is our third video of Jenkins CI/CD series for MuleSoft applications, but this is the main video for you because our earlier two videos we have explained how to install and how to set up your system to make this work. So this is the main video where we are going to build the CI/CD pipeline by using Jenkins to deploy your MuleSoft application automatically in Cloud Hub. So if you have not visited our previous videos, please subscribe and check our previous videos in the same playlist. And yeah, let's get started. If you are visiting our channel for the first time, please subscribe and hit bell icon so that you will get notified whenever we uploaded a new video. Okay, yeah. So to demonstrate this Jenkins CI/CD pipeline from scratch, step by step, I would like to create everything from scratch so that even for I mean the new students will also they can try it from their end from first step to last step without dependent on any other, right? So that is why I'm actually splitting this up into different parts of videos, and in this part, this is the final part. If it take long also, please bear and please follow. Okay, so okay, yeah. So to demonstrate it, I would like to create one new project from scratch. Okay, so I'm just going to create a new project. I'll name it as Jenkins CI/CD project demo. I will just add Clat because I have tried a couple of projects. Okay, so you don't get confused with that. So I'm just giving this much long project name just to make it unique. Okay, so Jenkins CI/CD project demo Clat API. This is our API. I'm just creating new project, and I'll just save this name as well somewhere, because with the same name I need to create a remote repository in GitHub. So I'll show you how to do that. So yeah, this project is going to be created in my workspace. Meanwhile, what we can do, we can create one new repository in GitHub. This is remote repository. Okay, see, I have tried all the other things earlier. Now let us create a new repository. So go here, click on new, and provide your repository name, just the same name. That would be better. So click on create repository, make it public for now, no problem. Okay, yes. So your repository is getting generated, remote repository you already created. So let's see if the project is getting created. Yeah, so here what I will do, I'll just add one listener just for demo purpose, and I'll just add one data viewer logger. I'll add both, but in your real-time project, this will be your actual code. You need to implement your actual logic here. Okay, so for now I just added this, and I'll configure this listener and this data view with some dummy data. Okay, and before that, what you have to do, yeah, I'll share all these links which I have I mean created for, as part of our other two videos. So this is are the links. I will provide that. I hope you already created these environment variables and all, and just make a note of this all these things somewhere in a notepad, because you need to do couple of changes. So that's why I have noted down everything. I will provide these notes as well. Okay, so I'll just add one more logger here. I'll configure this listener. CI/CD test, I can give this path. You can give anything you want, and here I'll just add some dummy data. CI/CD flow executed successfully. So if everything goes well, we'll see this positive message as a response, right? So here I just add one logger like CI/CD flow. That's it, just simple. Okay. Yeah, once you are done with this project implementation and all, you need to do couple of changes in your pom.xml file. Let me close this. Other files, I'll just close this. Yeah, this is your pom.xml file of your current project. Okay, here what you have to do, you need to add a couple of snippet in the dependency plugin section, build section. Okay, see here you have one build. By default you will get these details. So here in this section you will have one plugin section. Under this configuration tag you need to add a couple of details which is related to your Cloud Hub deployment. Okay, I will provide this plugin for you. Plugin detail in the description box or in any text file I will provide it. So just make sure you copy this complete plugin. Okay, and replace this one, org.mule tools maven. Just compare org mule tools maven. Okay, so you need to just replace this complete plugin with that code. I will explain what is there in that code. So here in the extension section it should be true. Okay, and here in the configuration section we have added this one latestly. This is specifically to your Cloud Hub deployment. Here this is the URI where this is your Cloud Hub URL, just like anypoint.mulesoft.com where you logged in into your Cloud Hub account, you will find this URL. So you need to provide that URL where it need to be deployed. And here mule version, everything we are actually sending from by using this we are sending by using these properties. We are going to send these values of this property by using command prompt while we are doing maven command, like this: any point password, any point username, app name, business, vcore, everything we can send the values by while executing this maven command. Okay, values we are going to send it from here. So that is why you need to add the properties here so that we can send the values dynamically whenever we want instead of hard coding the values here. Okay, so you need to provide a mule version, username, password. This is related to your Cloud Hub username and password, and environment, which environment you are going to deploy. In your Cloud Hub you may have dev, qa, uat, sandbox, or anything, right? So you can provide the environment value here so that it will deploy this application to that particular environment. And application name, this is the app name. This value you are going to send by using this maven command. Here I have given it as test CI/CD Lakshmi March 23 something. So you can give your project name here. This with this name in Cloud Hub the application is going to deploy. So you need to provide the application name here. Business group. This business group is nothing but your organization. See, once you logged in into your Cloud Hub account, as this is your test account, you will find the organization name here like this, Lakshmi Mule. While creating this account you will give one name for a company, right? Company column while signing up for this Anypoint platform. So that name will be treated as an organization name. So you can come here, you can copy this name, you can provide it by using this command prompt for this business value. Okay, so that is your business group. And worker type, vcourse workers, these are all the default. It's like by default for our training tracking, I mean for our training account we have micro worker and workers is one. Okay, you will send these values, one worker and a micro, by using this maven command. Okay, so you what you have to do, you need to just replace with your plugin, and this object store v2 should be true for mule 4 applications. So that is why we have a hard coded this value here, because this value won't change. Yeah, so once you are done with this pom.xml change, you need to remember what are the variables you have given here. You can change these variables also, anything which you want. Okay, but you need to provide the same variable and the value from this maven command. I'll explain that maven command as well. So yeah, this is what you have to done for pom.xml file. Let's save this. And this is actually my local workspace project. I need to create a local repository and remote repository, and I need to commit this code to my global repository of GitHub. this is the first step you have to do before you configure the Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so just copy this, go to your repository, and this is where the remote repository URL. You can copy this and come to any point platform. We already covered all the egit plugin series, right? You just go there and see how to commit this and how to do all these things from scratch. So for now I'm just doing it in a fast way because I already explained everything in detail from scratch in our egit plugin series. So go there in our channel and just visit and learn how we can do it from scratch. Okay, yes. So now I'm going to commit this to my remote repository. Now this is my local repository, and to push this code to my remote repository I'm going to do this, and I have explained everything from scratch how you can do this. Okay, just visit that so that you will get a clear idea how I can do this everything. Okay, so yeah, now my code is committed here and push it to my remote repository. Let me refresh this. Yeah, my code is available there now. Okay, now I'm going to create one more branch, which is develop branch. On top of this develop branch only, I'm going to create my Jenkins pipeline. So I'll just create a new branch from the master branch. So I'll get this code again in my develop branch. And you don't no need to worry for all these things we have, because we have already covered all these things in detail, how you can create the branch and how to create an account, everything in my previous videos. Just visit and learn from there. So, okay, so don't want to waste time in this video, I just moving forward very quickly. Okay, okay, done. Then we have the code, and we have committed that to local repository, and we have pushed that code to repository. Now it's good to configure your Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so this is what your Jenkins URL. You need to log in here. So to create a new pipeline from scratch, you need to follow these steps. Let me log in it into Jenkins once. Yeah. So before actually you need to configure your pipeline, you have to do some global configurations, which is here manage Jenkins. Click here and go to global tool configuration, and here you need to provide your Java version and Maven version, those environment variables which we have created earlier. Those values we need to configure here. Okay, so in my case, if you visited our previous video, this is my Java home and this is my Maven M2 home. So these two values I need to configure here under global tool configuration of my Jenkins. I'll show you how to do that. Then we need to build our actual pipeline. So this is a background information we have to provide to Jenkins in order to make compatible with your Java and Maven. So I clicked on this. It is taking some time to go to that page. Let's wait. Yeah, now we are in this global tool configuration page. What you have to do, you need to just come here, click on this JDK. This is I have added here. So for the first time you won't see this. What you have to do, you need to just click on add JDK. Okay, and then disable this install automatically. Okay, just uncheck this, and now you are good. Now you can provide this name as JDK and provide this Java home value which you have given in your environment variable as a Java home. Okay, so just copy this and paste it here, then save it. Okay, as I already added this installation, I don't want to add it again. I just delete this. I'll just show you how you can do it from scratch. Okay, then come here, come down. This will automatically take as git.exe. If not, you can just select it git.exe. Then the other one is Maven. I have already added this Maven, so I'll just click it here, Maven installation. So I've given this Maven home. So for the first time you won't see this. So in that case, just like JDK, what you have to do, you need to click on add Maven and just uncheck this and provide details, name it like Maven, and enter the Maven home like the M2 home environment variable you have added here. So just copy this and paste it here and then save apply. So I already added this. I am again deleting this. Okay. You need to have one entry for Maven and one entry for JDK. That is fine. Now save apply. This is the background configuration we need to do. Now the actual pipeline come into picture. Now to create a new pipeline, what you have to do, you need to just go to dashboard and click on new item. Select your pipeline name. Okay, here I am going to give Clart CI/CD pipeline and select a freestyle project. Yes, here you come. Here you need to configure all these steps to make your pipeline from scratch, run it from end to end. You need to configure everything. So in the description you can provide, it is a, I mean you can provide any description if you want. CD pipeline project of Clart, I can just give. Okay, and here you need to select GitHub project, and here you have to provide that project URL of your remote repository, which means you need to go to your GitHub account and come down here, click on code and copy this clone URL. Okay, and you need to provide that URL here. Okay, now fine. Now come down here, the source code management, what you need to select Git, because you are using GitHub here, you need to select Git. Okay, so yeah, so here GitHub project you need to provide the URL, and in source control management also you need to provide that GitHub URL of your particular repository. I mean this is my project, right? Jenkins CI/CD project demo Clart. For that project only I have created one repository and two branches, master and develop branch. So you need to provide the same project URL by come here and copy that URL, paste it here. And now you need to add the credentials. These credentials are nothing but your GitHub credentials. Okay, you need to provide your GitHub credentials here. Just click on add Jenkins and yeah, leave the fields as it is, and here in the username you need to provide the email address of your GitHub account with which you have created, and then you need to provide the password of that password of your GitHub account. Okay, yes, now we are good. Just click on add. It will add that URL here. Now come down and click, I mean I have added it for my previous pipeline also, so it is showing two entries for me. You will get only one entry here if you added it first time. So I just selected any one because both are same, so I just selected it. You will get only one. And here with branch name you need to mention on what branch you are going to build this pipeline. So by default GitHub projects will come up with the master branch, and here I have created this develop branch. I would like to create the pipeline on top of my develop branch, because any code commit happen in my develop branch, my Jenkins pipeline will trigger and it should deploy the updated code into my Cloud Hub. So that's why I have taken it as a develop branch. You can use the master branch or any other feature branch you want, but I'm just following with develop branch. Now come down, you can ignore the other things and the build triggers. This is the one. And the third section, you need to select a pole SCM, and you have different methods here to build your trigger, but usually we will follow the pole SCM. So just give 5 stars here, because it means like for every minute I mean, for every commit happen in that development branch, it will trigger the pipeline, and it will deploy the application with latest code. So you can just give all stars here, that will treat it as a every minute. Or if you want to do any specific cron expression, like every day at 4 p.m., every day at 6 p.m., you would like to deploy these changes to your environment, that is also fine. You can give that particular cron expression by using cron maker or anything. Okay. So the build environment here, okay, you can just leave it as it is. And for the build, here you need to give that maven command, because we are using maven to deploy our application into Cloud Hub. So select execute Windows batch command, and here you need to paste this command. I'll tell you what this command will do. I'll provide this command also in comment section, I mean description box or comment section. Just copy this and paste it here. I'll tell you what it will do. So this is your maven command. MVN is your keyword. Clean deploy -mule deploy. Till here, it will take the updated code and it will clean the package and it will deploy the code into your Anypoint Studio. And the remaining all are the properties we are going to pass. These skip tests, it will skip the unit test cases if you want, or any other tests. So you can just add this property, and the remaining properties are all the things which we have passed from our pom.xml file. See, mule.version, anypoint.username, anypoint.password, env, app name, business, vcore, workers. So all these values we are going to send by using this particular syntax. For to pass any property or value to maven command, you need to follow this syntax, like -d and your property name is equal to that value. Okay, see here mule.version is my property name here. This one, this mule.version. Okay, so you need to refer that property here by using this syntax, like dollar, flower braces, and this property name. And to pass this value to your maven command, you need to follow this syntax, like -d. -d mule.version equal to your mule version, the actual value you are going to send here. Then space. Then provide another property. What is our next property in pom.xml file? We have anypoint.username. Okay, so here in property file we are referring it $if flower braces, and in maven command you need to provide its syntax with -d property name. Just remember these two syntaxes. So our next property is anypoint.username. So how can you pass that property here? -D, then anypoint.username, and the value, your Cloud Hub account username, your Cloud Hub account password. I'll change it later after this video, so I am just showing these values for you, just for your reference. And this is the environment where you are going to deploy your application. See, in my Cloud Hub account, I have four environments: dev, design, QA, sandbox. I would like to deploy my application into dev environment of my Cloud Hub. Okay, that is why I have sent the value as dev. And you need to remember, if you are using capital letters here, you need to send that with same case. If you provide here small dev, it won't work. This capital case or small case sensitive. Okay, so you need to follow the same higher case or lower case. So this is your another property, env. See, this is the env, another property. So we are sending it here as per the maven syntax, -D env equal to dev. And this is your application name. You can give any name here. So I am giving here like Clart Mule application CICD. If you are facing any issues like 403 forbidden or something, you can just name this, change this application name and deploy. That will work. So just for avoid any conflicts, I am just adding date March 21, 2021. So this is your application name. Once this command is getting executed, you can expect one application with this name is going to be deployed here in this dev environment of my Cloud Hub account. These are all the other ones which I have tried. Okay. That's it. So hyphen D, business. So business here, this is the business group or organization. You can name it as anything you want, but you need to pass this value as the organization name, which I have shown earlier. This one, this business group. Once log in into your Cloud Hub account, just you can find that business name here. You can copy that value and provide it here. And then vCore should be micro for test account. And as per your project, you can select any other value here that will be different sometimes in your real-time project. But for now, just check it as a micro and worker as one. Okay, that's it. Now add build step. I have added one step here to execute this command, right? So that is fine. Now post build action. So once after this build happen, do you want to send any notification? Do you want to do any other action once this build is successful or failure? In both cases, I would like to send an email notification, but in your real-time project, you might have different actions like this. So I'm going to send email notification for now. So recipient, I am going to select only my email ID, clarktechnologies@gmail.com. Okay, then you can select action here. See, if anything failed, then you will get an email. Say, send email for every unstable build. Send separate emails to individuals who broke the build. So something based on your requirement, you can select this option. But only if anything break, then it will send a notification. Okay, so clarktechnologies@gmail.com. So that's it. We have configured all the steps. Now we are in good shape. So let's just apply and save. Right, so you have created your pipeline successfully from scratch. So now we have not yet run it yet. So to run this pipeline manually, you can click on this pipeline name, and you can click on build now. This is manual deployment, but from the next time, whenever someone commit the code into this develop branch, it will automatically take that updated code, and it will automatically build your application and deploy your application with latest code. So for now, to test this pipeline manually, just click on build now. See, once you clicked on it, build scheduled will be there. And okay, so the first one is already in progress. Maybe by mistake it is creating second build. Let us track this. You can just, this is running right now, so just click here. So whenever you click on that build now, one build pipeline, one build notification will create here. So to check the output or logs, you can just click on that number. I mean, what I meant was like, yeah, click on this build number. It will open up like this. Then go to this console output. Here it will show you is there any errors or any successful message, if it is going to deploy your application or not, any issues you are facing, everything you can track the console here. Once it shows success here, then you can assume that your application is successfully deployed, and you can go to this Cloud Hub and you can verify it. For the first time, it will download all the Maven plugins. So for the first time of your build, it will take some time. It will need to download everything for the Maven plugins and dependencies. That will take some time. Let us wait this to be completed, either failure or success. Let us wait and let's see what will happen. So it is running our mule Maven command now. Oh, it got failure. Could not connect localhost 25 port. Okay. Let us see what will happen. It is showing unauthorized. Okay, you'll get 401 unauthorized. So might be you are sending. Let us try to examine what happened, what went wrong. Maybe I have, I have two entries for the Git credentials. I'll just remove the other one. Everything looks good. Let us try one more time. Just because of the two different credentials, it is throwing some error. I'm just building it again. So the third time it is building, third build. I'll click it here and I'll go to console output. Let us see, this time it should work. Failure. Build as failure. Localhost 25. We can verify it by running this command manually here. Let me go to the sys show build. Password. So you can check that command before you are going to deploy. You can check it manually by using command prompt. Okay. I got the issue. By mistake I have given spaces in my command. So you no need to give any space. You should not give that space. Okay. So -d. So that is why it is showing unauthorized. It is not taking my complete command. Now let us copy this. Let me paste it here. Here also I think you will get unauthorized because it is not taking my complete command. To make you this command easily understandable, I have given enter there. So that is why it is not picking up the username and password correctly. So what I trying to say is like you should not have any other extra spaces or extra new lines. Okay. So let me go back again and let us check this time if that command is taking the full command. Yeah. See, now it is taking your full command in a single line, right? Now you are good. Let's save this. Okay, you should not provide any extra spaces. That's it. That is the issue. Okay, clean deploy hyphen d and hyphen d. Only you should have only one space between different properties. You should not have any extra spaces or any other thing. Okay, so apply, save. Let me build it again. So this time it would be fourth build. Yeah, this is the fourth build for me. So let's click on that, go to console output. Let us see. This time it should work. So yeah, now if you can observe, it is showing deploying artifact with your application name, creating application, starting your application, and check if application is there started or not. So once you see this message, you can go to your Anypoint platform and just refresh this, and you will see with that application name your application is going to deploy. See, the Clart Mule application CI/CD is deploying. This is the name you have given in your command of your, Maven command. See, in build command you have given this name, right? Clart Mule application CI/CD hyphen March 21st. So with this name, application is going to deploy in your Cloud Hub. So that's it. Only thing you need to remember, just don't do the same mistake which I have done. So I'll just remove the new line here. That's it. So this should be a single line command. You should not provide any enter or anything. Yeah, now this will be good. Just to check, you can just check it manually, like you have only one space between all the properties. That should be fine. Yes, it is still deploying. Oh no, it is completed. See, started. So now you can test your application. It is deployed successfully. The application is started. Great, we have done it. So this is how you need to build your Jenkins pipeline to deploy MuleSoft application from scratch, like automatic deployment. Okay, now let us test the automatic deployment. Like, let's do some changes in this develop branch, and we will see how the pipeline will behave. Okay, so to do that, this is not the suggestible way to do the changes, but you can do the change in your code and commit that code here to the development branch. So whenever some commit happen, then the pipeline will trigger automatically, because earlier we have built this pipeline manually by clicking on build now, right? So now this time it should trigger automatically once you commit some changes to your development branch. So to do that successfully, automatic build, I just add something to make this build. But once you need to do it, like you need to do some code changes in your Anypoint Studio, and just commit and push the code to your remote repository of development branch. Then observe the pipeline is created automatically, triggered automatically. Okay, so I'm just giving comment like updated. So I committed the changes to the development branch. So the expectation should be it should take the new build. It will create a new build. See, I didn't click build now this time. Okay, I didn't click it build now manually. Earlier we did that. But now see, fifth pipeline is triggered automatically because we did some code changes in our develop branch. The same develop branch name we have mentioned here while creating the creating this Jenkins pipeline, we have mentioned the develop branch. So it means whenever any change happen, any code commit happen in this develop branch, once you hit on commit changes, then automatically your Jenkins pipeline will trigger. It will do a new build. It will redeploy the application. Okay, it will redeploy the application with the new changes you have done in your code. With the new code changes, it will redeploy your application again into your Cloud Hub. So this is how automatic deployment will happen in your real-time projects. So if your goal is to take master branch or any other QA branch or something, you need to create that branch. You need to mention that branch name into your CI/CD pipeline. So it will automatically take the updated code whenever you do some code changes here. Whenever you deploy something, you commit some code changes here into that particular branch, it will take the updated code from that particular branch and it will do this automatic deployment by using this build pipeline. Okay, see, this is again started. So now see, it is showing the application name is already exists, so redeploying, because we already deployed this application with our old code. Now this is redeploying with the latest code, new code we have changed here. So now if you can observe this, it is showing updating. It is not showing deploying as we did for the first time. So updating with new code. So once this is started, then you can test your application. You will get the response with this updated response because we did some code changes and commit the code into a development branch. This is how your real-time projects will work automatically CI/CD deployment by using Jenkins pipeline. And we have already created other method of CI/CD pipeline by using Azure DevOps. That is a new one. That is a complex one. So we have created that series as well earlier. Just go there, visit our channel, and visit that particular playlist and learn out of it. Okay. So let us wait this to be started. Here it is showing it is started, so it will take some time to sync up here to update that application. It will take just some time to make that application up and running, but this is how you can do the CI/CD pipeline deployment for MuleSoft application. I hope you like this video. After some time it will show you started. You can just do practice. Okay, I don't want to waste your time. So this is how you can build Jenkins pipeline for automatic CI/CD deployment. See, yeah, here it is showing started successfully, so it's matter of turning it into green. That's it. So you have done the automatic CI/CD deployment from scratch successfully. I hope you like this video series and you learned something new out of it. Okay, please subscribe our channel and please share, like our videos, so that will be motivated us to do more video tutorials for you. Okay, thank you for watching our video.